Well, hello there. Surprise. Here I am today. Let's do some stuff, huh? So, last time I was playing with getting WebSockets working. I was doing most things right, but I had issues with the encoding. So that's been changed up a little bit. We gave message the ability to unmarshal itself from and to JSON. I don't remember if we did that on stream or not, but that's all been set up. We had to decode the content because in Go, it's a byte slice. So it's base 64 encoded here. So we have to decode that for now. We might change that later, I'm not sure, but we're just re-implementing, right? So ergonomics might be a little bit crappy for interop between the two different languages. In Go, it was very easy because you could just unmarshal everything. It would expand things and figure it out, right? But that's working now. We do the same thing. We use code units to encode it for JSON. And see, what else did I change? I think that's about it. Oh, I pulled a message out into its own file as well, just to kind of keep things separated. So now, if I go run the server, like so, we can launch here, and we can do a couple different things. So we can enter junk and get an error back. Oop, if I could type. We can enter good stuff and we can get an account ID back. Finally caught. And I see you've got some generics action going on. And oh, hello. How's it going there, Mr. Marco? Okay, and then we can close on a cancel there, right, for now. So we get a couple things we need to do. And I think we're going to do character select first. The character creation and registration we'll do after so that we can verify them. And I stubbed in logout. Just a really basic message. Before realizing and remembering that I can't log out unless I'm actually in a character. Because in the Cogent client, we just disconnect it. And I probably want to change that in the future, but for now, we're just going to go with it. Okay, so we need to get character selection working. And I've also got this just stubbed in. And we probably want to have some keys in there. That's probably a good plan. We need to know let's see. Flutter make request on widget load. What's the correct protocol for doing that? Afterly, I don't want to use a library for this. It's like we have an add post frame callback that we could do. Okay, so we store the ID in global state. We need to go look at, I believe it comes back as a list of things. So we'll probably need to build a widget for that, which is fine. I don't know if this is a GNOME bug or what, but it won't. There we go. Time is my screen, well, my windows won't shrink down until I full screen and then unfull screen them. One more thing to track down in the world. Okay, so when I do client message, send message, I guess I can pull this over here. We can look at it together. Oh, this is my handler. Here's the client. Character select. Character list container, get character list. Here we go. So this is our protocol that we need, and we're expecting to get back character display info. Okay. ID, first name, last name, and level. We don't display the ID. We don't display the level in here. So we're probably okay there. Okay, so there's a Flutter thing for this. We'll probably just build it in place and then refactor it to be yanked out for cleanliness later. Although I don't know if we're going to use that ever again. Anywho, let's see here. We have a column already. It's already centered. What did... what did the old client character select look like? Oh, the other thing I'm going to do... Okay. The other thing I want to do is make a... yeah, this is all jank, but this is kind of what we want. We can use cards again. I want to spruce up some of the other stuff we built here eventually. But I need to also... let me just... screenshot this really quick. So that we can go back to it if we need. Get over there. There we go. Just so I have a reference for what I'm building. This can go away. Okay. The first thing I need to do is I got to fix this login enter because it's driving me crazy. Let's see here. I guess we could use a form instead. It might be the more correct way to go about it, really. I didn't think about that. Probably because I'm not a front end guy. Let's see here. Actions raise button on press. Oh, okay. So they just want to say on field submitted. We focus through there. Okay, I see. Okay, maybe we do that. They're saying to use the same. I don't want to use. I don't want to duplicate that. Log in. Card. But I also don't want to. It would no longer be text edited controllers, but we can still. All right, let's convert this. It's probably the more correct answer. We'll see if we run into issues with what we've already got. So in this case, they've wrapped. So there's a key. Oh, that is the key. Okay. Let's go look at not Dart, but form. They just wrap. Form states. So it needs to be stateful for a form, it looks like. Okay. I mean, I guess we can. It's not the end of the world, right? We do that. And then we do the key. Same as we did below. We override login page state. But this should be that, I believe. And then that. If I could type, it would be good. Don't need that. This becomes page state, and that extends. No, it extends state. So, and then I don't think we need that anymore. Oh, it is supposed to be upper camel. Okay. Forgot that as well. Private type in a public API. Okay. So it doesn't want that either. That's fine then. Okay. Now That might have broken some things. Let's find out. No, okay. Just a hot reload trouble. There we go. So, we do that. Stop it. Why would you overflow? You weren't doing that before. Oh, I guess you are now, though. I guess we can just bump that as well. Might not be. Let's just do. Okay, that's better. Pretty sure. Let's clear that to make sure. Yeah, okay, we're good. Just want it to degrade or change up gracefully. Okay. So that all fixes that. Now, what? No. You're not overflowing. I think that's just leftover. I hope that's just leftover. I should really flip these around, actually. Just because that's the way screen sizes are usually denoted, and it's kind of confusing. All right. Those are final. I can't make these const, can I? I mean, it's static const, I guess. They don't change. Okay, now where do? We need a. We can put you up here. We need a form key, global key, form state, like so. And then in our build context, we have a layout builder, we have a box. Trying to think where we should put this. It should wrap. I think it wraps the card. Well, does that make sense? In this case, they wrapped a column. So maybe we should do. Maybe we should do that. And then down here at the end after form, get you a new padding closer. There we go. Okay, and then text form fields. But. This would need to be, instead of a text field, I guess we can put the valid, because these are exclusively used for forms, right? Our text fields that we built up just for styling to keep everything together. We can do this. Would probably need like to add a required or something like that. But that's fine. We can do that. This becomes a text form field. Looks like that still has a controller. So we might still be good to get away with that. It has the decoration still. Do a validator. Value. If value is null or it's empty, we return just thinking if this is sufficient. It'll be sufficient for now. We return this is the we have a label. What did we call you? It's called you label. But I don't seem... Can I just do label? How do I get... I put you in here. This? This? No. It's final. Oh, okay. Hang on. Let's read more of this. More destructions. I use widget dot. Okay. I think I remember that from the other stuff we did. There we go. All right. Let's see. What are you? A lot of nesting and dirt. It seems yes, they seem to love nesting. Otherwise, it would just be like a huge long line of closey brackets, right? And they also really seem to like really long parameter lists. I'm not crazy about those things for sure. But like, it is what it is, you know? Do I need that? No, I don't need that. Okay. Back to our validator here. Otherwise, we just return null. What are you mad about? You're mad about that? Yes, you are. Okay. Let that fix it up. Now, let's see here. Back over here in Formland. So our on pressed here we do if form key, which can't be, or no, sorry, dot current state, which can't be null, validate. So if it's valid, oops, then we do all that good stuff. I think that needs to be just that. It's fine. Okay. And then let's do wire in to this. Is required? Oh, I need to do this first. Is it? No. Was it non-null default value? What was that? Flutter widget optional. Oh, I think I just do that. Oh, nope. Let's see here. Ah, I see. I do it here instead. So that it defaults to not required. And then here in our validator, we can say, if this is required and these things, like so. So now I should be able to do that, and it's going to just say, boop, there's an issue here because there was a null value because it didn't validate it. But if we then come over here to login, and here we say is password is false, is required is true, and we should also say in our label, how do I want to do this? I guess it would be is there a thing I can already do? I don't think so. And I think I have these backwards. I do. That's fine though. We can do this, 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 that. It'll be that. So that way it adds our little boop asterisk that indicates required. And then we need to do password also required. And then if we hit there, that still doesn't null check operator used on a null value. I wonder if it's because of this controller. What if we just don't use you? Just for funsies. We still get a, well, let's restart it just to be sure. Make sure I'm not missing anything silly here. So, bop. This is all in. Router, binding. This is all wrapped. Is it because I put you into a widget? Is it because they did this, I believe. No, they didn't do that. What am I missing here? Because they didn't do that in this example. Let's see here. What am I missing? Form key, turns a form. Next form field has a validator. What's going on here? Custom form, state, form. Oh, that goes. Did I forget that by chance? I did. It's not that, it's for you. Key, that's what it is. Key, form key. Give that a shot. Password is required field. Perfect. Okay, that's where I was going wrong. And I do that. Perfect. Okay. So I don't need to do anything. I can keep using the controller, which is great. And then we get free validation, which I love. Okay, and then the other thing we need to do is... Where was you? Wrong answer. On field submitted. So my question is, can I pull this out so I don't have to duplicate it? I can. I can do within here. I can do this. I can bring my... Ooh, that needs to be an async. Because we need to do waity wait things inside of here. I'm hoping that... Oh, I would need to put you not up here, but within the build, because that's where you have client state. I don't know if that's valid. We'll find out, I guess, right? So here, we theoretically don't need to be async anymore. We just call submit form. Let's see if that'll work still. Does. Okay, perfect. I love that. Now, for the fields, we need on submitted in the text form field. Let's see here. Because... Wait, I'm not even using this controller. Well, I can't log in. Okay. Put that back, though. Then I can log in. Okay, perfect. Thought I had broken something for a second. Okay, so... we would need to... This seems awkward. Actually, let's just see for funsies. Okay, yeah, it doesn't submit automatically. See an issue for it. On field submitted. Okay. That's kind of crap, but all right. So we need also to... How do I do... Can I do that? Doesn't seem to be. How do I... How do I declare... Um... so I should be able to do... Oops. That. Okay. And then... Isn't... This should not be... This should be nullable. Wait, no, I need to put you here. Say that you're nullable. And then in here, if I say in my text form field, I have a validator on field submitted, this becomes... I think I can just do this. If it's null, you changed string. Ooh. This needs to be value. But I don't need... Okay, so I do need to null check you. So... we do this. I need to put, how did I do this? Because I did this in, did this somewhere. What did I do this? Right here. That's what I did. Yes. Okay. Oh, because I did this wrong. That's why. Backwards. Let's spell it correctly. How about? And this, oh, that. If it's null, then it's null. Otherwise, it's that. What am I missing for a closing? Where'd you come from? So just typoed you. Okay, there. So now these guys, because they're null, nothing happened. But if I say password controller one, password box, submit form. Oh, because this needs to be a future void. Like so. Can I just do this? Okay. So here we fill in junk. We hit enter and nothing happens. Let's so that doesn't fire. Hmm. I must be passing this incorrectly. Okay, well, you're unhappy with that. Oh, maybe that's why. Hello to you as well there, empty code. How's it going? Let's see if that'll do. Ah, so it did call submit. Okay, perfect. Didn't seem to actually work, but it does fire. Submit form. Yeah, this needs to be a function. And then we need to call it. Pretty sure. Saying that you can't be null if we're in here. Kind of a bad day, but it still counts as a day. Yes, it does. What about you? What am I trying to build right now? Pressing enter on the login form to actually submit things, which is surprisingly difficult in Flutter. Let's see here. What am I doing incorrectly here? Ah, there we go. Find it hard to believe it can be hard for Flutter. A nice surprise, right? So you have to go into the fields of it and use the submit or on field submitted as opposed to just having like a generic, hey, enter triggers whatever logic you have for submitting. Okay, that worked. I just had to call it correctly. Imagine that. You do things right, they work. So we fill in junk, we hit enter, it submits. Like so. If we're in here, we can probably wire that up as well. It's not terrible. Gotta call it correctly though. Just a button with a function pointer in other languages, I guess. Do some validation here and there too, but I'm a noob. I mean, that's how the button works, but enter just doesn't trigger submit logic. There's nothing to tie it to that logic other than the button, right? Which is why we have to pass in. And because we're using a reusable widget here, we have to pass it in as an argument, basically as a callback. So what I think about Flutter as a language, you like it? Well, Flutter isn't a language, it's a framework. So I don't think much of it as a language. Dart as a language, it's not going to displace Go as my favorite language, but I kind of like it. I think it's a little JavaScripty for my tastes, but I mean, it's not bad. Okay, so, and also, all of this still works because we haven't, this is all optional. We'll need to go fix that up, but nothing is exploded. My bad, Dart, I meant, yeah. I figured, but you know, gotta give you a hard time. Okay, let's do a commit here really quick, since that was, I think you'd like TypeScript. No, I do not like TypeScript. It's just JavaScript with extra stuff that isn't really mandatory. I mean, it's better than JavaScript because it does have types, but it just feels like exactly what it is, which is JavaScript with extra crap bolted onto it. Let's see, commit, make form, make login form, submit on, enter key press. Oh yeah, I was gonna test one other thing. Node.js and TS love you here, they're right. So if I type something in here, boop, it does submit it or validate it. So good, perfect. Love that. Being better than JS is a low bar, right? There are two languages that are real languages that people actually use on purpose that I just do not jive with. That's JavaScript and Visual Basic. I just hate. And VB is worse. Looking at VB makes me angry. Okay, so in terms of language design, yeah. Like Ruby is having another moment right now with the DHH. All you need is Ruby or whatever. Like trying to lower the bar to simplify things, which is great. I'm super for it. But Ruby syntax doesn't look great, and its lack of types just makes me uninterested. Like, strong types are good. I like types. Massive ecosystem carries the show for JS. Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of the only option for web stuff, right? It has to end up JS somehow at some point. So okay. Let's fix up our register page as well while we're here. Just because, and we'll kind of cheat off of ourselves here as well for login. Just because we might as well. Yeah, sadly, right. But I don't know like the ins and outs of it specifically. I hear that HTMX is trying to push a lot of the stuff that framework does with JavaScript right now into the HTML spec. Like they're advocating for that so that you can do less JavaScript, right? Which I don't know. HTML is kind of a creature, you know? So okay, we all that good. We need to pull out. Oh, we don't have any submit form right now. Okay, yes, because register is not built. So actually, how do I want to do this? I guess I can scaffold it while I'm fresh, you know, while this is all fresh in my mind. So we put you in here. We need to also have a form key up here. That's fine. Oh, we have to convert you to stateful as well. Okay. Can do that. Get your key. Create state. Register page state. This becomes register page state, which extends state. Register page. That goes away. And I've made a typo here. There we go. This needs to get imported. I like front end more when I just use pure JS, no frameworks like React and stuff like that, but I do it as a meme. It works. I mean, yeah, for a lot of stuff, you really don't need all that other stuff, right? Like, I enjoy interactive web pages where it makes sense, you know, to keep all that stuff. But like, it's not needed everywhere. And I don't know a ton about the ecosystem, but like, it seems like it shouldn't be so painful that we need things like Vercel to exist, right? So a reason you raw dog JetBrains IDEs just because they don't get in your way and are just ready to build stuff? More or less, yeah. The thing I've noticed with Dart, so I was talking with somebody I know about this the other day, where there was a blog post that they shared, and they were talking about not being able to remember how to read from a file in Python or something like that, and how like their younger self would have called them a poser or whatever, right? I was thinking, I was like, you know, I've read from a file in a bunch of different languages a million times, and I'm not confident that I could just sit down and write that, you know, because I don't do it every day. You set it up like once every so often, you know, but IntelliSense or, you know, LSP baseline LSP without AI stuff is the perfect nudge, because I think I could get pretty close to it. It's like with something as IO something or another, right? So I could get probably pretty close. And then that would get me like the rest of the way there with just a little nudge without writing a bunch of extra crap, you know? But even the IntelliSense for Dart for the widgets starts to become too much, because like if we do how do I get it to pop up without messing up anything here? I can do, so if I was to put in another text field, let's say, well, now it's not, there we go. Like, this starts to get in the way, right? So even that's almost too much. But yeah, in general, their defaults are sane. They give me just basic LSP completion. That's all I want ever. Okay, okay, so submit form. We need to also do this is to do replace with register call, and actually all of this gets replaced, so we can just do that. Oh, I did the wrong. We'll keep that in there just for simplicity's sake. I feel you. Tried NeoVim like 5 times so far. Still switched back to VS Code Vim motions. Just couldn't worry about LSP and the configuration stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, I feel the call of the simplicity of just, you know, NeoVim or whatever. It's really the learning curve that I just don't care to go through. And the configuration to make it into an IDE that I want. Like, those are the two big hurdles, right? I just want to make stuff. I don't want to mess with my tooling for days and days and days. On the day that JetBrains no longer allows me to uninstall their AI crap plugins, I will probably switch. But until that day, I'm just going to keep on keeping on. Okay, so that done. So now we just need to come in here, and we need is required true, and submit is submit form. And we can actually copy this because it's going to be the same set of arguments for everybody in here. And then on our callback, it's also submit form for the button. Tried writing with NeoVim, felt like I was playing GTA 5. Nice. Okay. So now if we come over here to our this, everything is good. That breaks a thing. Why is that broken? Is it because hot reload has betrayed me? Let's find out. Or did I just miss something? New account. Still errors. Okay. You're all set to required. Unless I've missed something. No, you all have your little star. You all have submit form. Ah. Is it because I haven't made you a form yet? That's what's up. Derp. And I put you inside of my padding. So I'll put you here as well. This is form. Child is this. Key is form key. And now, perfect. We get all kinds of validation errors. And we cancel that, we go back there. Okay, let's do a commit there. Prepare register widget for validation etc. Yeah, I tried Helix, took me 2 hours to set the whole thing, including a terminal. I didn't have to configure anything for Helix to just work. Just had to install the LSP with one line of code. Isn't... I feel like I've heard of these guys. Probably going to use it for sometimes. The default's pretty good. No worries about LSP either. Yeah. Think... I think the last time I looked at this, it did not have Linux support. Let's see here. Guess it has Linux meow. I think that was the only reason I didn't ever look at it. Does now, I don't know if it did before. Let's see here. Huh, I don't remember now. Interesting. Gotta keep an eye on that, I guess. certainly an idea for the future. Okay, so where was I? Okay, we got that done. That's going to stop bothering me now. Now we need to do our character select stuff. We can chuck you over here for now. Probably. So character select. We can go back. I think I've tried a few editors. Yeah, I'm done. Helix is the one. There goes 1 week of trolling, but I don't mind. I'm glad because I'm pretty happy about it. Yeah, awesome. Okay. That's that. We don't need that. We need send request on widget build. Let's call it. Add post frame callback. Okay. And do we have... We do have progress indicators, so we could put one of them in there just to start with, right? This shouldn't take a long time, but so in here we want a card. Actually, over here, how do we do this? We give you a fractionally sized box first. And this is going to need to be kind of the same thing. Except more bigger. If we look at our deal there, it was pretty much the same. Thanks for stream. Got to go. My Dota 2 match is starting. All right, you have fun. Good luck. So we returned to layout builder, and I'm pretty sure we had to do that for this. In fact, that is exactly why we had to do that. Okay, so we need to do the same thing. Layout builder. Get you a new deal there. This like so. And we also need to give you close and braces. Oops, you're supposed to go up there. That. Okay. You're about an hour in. It's time for your mandatory Rust mention. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Okay. So. We should be able to log in here. And we're still there. Okay, perfect. And I think this hot reload is going to be perfectly fine with this. Fractionally sized box. Child is still a column, but it's going to be a card, which will be that. I need that. Perfect. We need to do... What were you? Other than my reminder to switch that. I'll worry about that later. With factor. So we're gonna need this in here as well. And I'm gonna want this card in the column in here to be scrollable, but we'll start here for rat meow. With factor, we'll go just borrow. We're gonna type it though so we can keep learning, right? Constraints, max width, greater than min. This needs to be inside of here. Greater than min card width and constraints max height greater than min card height. We are probably, let's just start with a half. Otherwise it's 1. And we're going to do height factor. And we're going to swap these around. In fact, I should do... These are static. And they get flipped for the sake of not being confusing. Why can't I make you static? I bet you it's because you are stateless right meow, but you're gonna need to be stateful because you're gonna have stuff and re-render yourself a lot. This, that, yes. And then we override the constructor, we create state, which is that goes away. Oops. This is state character select. Oh, because this is inside of the override as well. Also a thing. All right, why are you... Because I don't have... Wait, no, that's not... Oh, that's what I'm missing. There we go. Anywho, as I was saying, max width Card width. Max height. Oh my gosh, I can't type. There we go. Max, rather min, card height. That, boop, 0.5 or 1, let's just say. We'll keep up with that for now. Okay, that puts me in there. Perfect. I also want to round these, but we'll get over that. There we go. Could almost I could almost extract a card widget. In fact, we might just do that. That takes these guys as params. Ooh, I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. And because this only has a child, I think we might be pretty golden there. Okay, anywho. We also want padding, and we're gonna stick with that for right meow. We'll also stick with that for right meow, and there's a reason not to. Child is padding. Child of padding is that, but we need padding, edge, insets, symmetric. We'll stick with that. What we had on the others for now, pretty good. Add another close in there. And now we got our guy indented there a little bit. Perfect. I almost want... I don't want to lay this out. I want 2 rows, I think. One that's scrollable, and then on the bottom, I want the buttons, I think. So if I put you into a row, and then I do not expanded, just expand. What are you? You are expanded. Why are you not? Oh, because you didn't have a body. Okay. That makes sense. And then inside of here, we do the list. Oops. Of characters. That puts that there. I'm reasonably okay with that, but I would like it to be a little bit bigger. if I did... Can I do a fractionally sized box inside of here? Perhaps? Interesting idea. I don't know why I didn't try that before. Maybe I did. Child, row. You will say are 85% and height factor is 66%. Let's relaunch that just to make sure it's not a hot reload bug that we just found or smacked into and it's actually an issue. Nope. Okay, so we've broken things. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, no size. No size, no size, no size. Because we need to expand inside of here as well, I believe. Still very unhappy. Okay. Interesting. Alright, let's get rid of that since it didn't help us. See, we need to kill, I think, 2 of those. That as well. There we go. And we're going to restart that just in case. That wasn't happening before. I'm 99% certain, unless I completely just was blind. Yeah, okay, perfect. I guess the other thing we could do is do a padding around you, maybe. Let's type that correctly. Let's just do that. And that, I guess, just a C. And then can I expand you within that now? Oops. Nope. We get really unhappy. Okay. What I want is actually, oh, you know what? I think what I want is flex. I think that's my actual answer. Let's get rid of you real quick. Flex class. Flutter flex example is what I want. Oh, so I need to, okay. Expanded and expanded, which I didn't do because I I didn't want you to be 50-50, right? Which is what they should end up being here. And it's a little hard to tell, but probably. We have a text widget above you, which we can actually put inside of here just for visuals. And then we can do our inspector. Select widget mode. Wrong window. So yeah, 50-50, more or less. Exit that real quick. But if we were to then instead say, wait for a second, please. Flex 2. I don't know if that's the only thing I need or if I need to tell. I think that's all I need. Back to you with select widget mode. Yes, good. Thanks for streaming during EU hours today. I have meaning to attend to. Oof, good luck with this. Hey, appreciate you. Yeah, I've been meaning to try to hang out with my EU friends for a hot second. Sometimes it's hard to get the time, you know, but I want to try to keep doing this more. Hello to you as well. Okay, so that's fine for meow. I want my button to be bigger eventually, but we'll get there in a second here. In fact, we have a good example of what we want to do here. We want this to actually be a floating action button extended to make it bigger. Which needs, instead of a child, needs a label, which we're happy to put in there. There we go. And then another one. Go away, please. We'll just leave this empty for right meow. Label for you. Text. Single, and then it's wait a minute. Create new and cancel. Let's go with that for right meow. I'm missing one of those. I got one too many down there. And then let's see, how else did we do? It's space between is what I want. Like so. That gets us something a little nicer. Perfect. We probably want this to be a little bit narrower and a little bit taller. Let's do that. We're at 0.5 right meow. Let's take you down to 0.4. You up to 0.7. Yes, I like that a lot more. Okay. This might actually end up being also... we might need to do that to kind of help it out. Push it down just a little bit further. Yeah. I think. And yes. Get them to kind of scooch down closer to the bottom. Okay. And then for this, probably center both of them. Yeah. Let's do also but we need this to live in a row. Oops. Like so. And then we need you to be centered in a sphere. No, I guess we're okay with that. We want you to be bigger, but work on that here in a second. When we pull you out, we have the option to style you. Text style. Actually, is there a built-in... like a header? That's a package. I don't want a package. What's like my H1 equivalent? Next theme class. Display is my thing because it's material. I feel like we did this in the tutorial too. Let's take a look at that. Hey, Winder. Because there was a... Yes. Yes. Display medium, copy with, and then we change the color. Theme.text theme. Okay. But it was style. So this could theoretically be... This is theme of context, text theme, display medium. That might be all I need, actually. It is, okay. That's decent. Is there a tidier way to do that? Um, because if I don't need to do all of this stuff, then I don't want to, right? Nope, that's exactly what this example says to do. Okay. That's be the way she be. So we've got that, and then so if we do this, get that. Okay, perfect. Now, let's go ahead and do a commit here since we did all this great styling work. Roughing the real character select green. Go ahead and minimize that real quick. Sure, all that's happy. Okay, so I've got that. Let's do the other thing I wanted to look at was we did a for each type of thing that was automagic. It's just a for. Okay, perfect. So and we did that outside of the padding. So we just need to do that in here once we get them. This will be, so we need to define a character info and get it out of there. Let's do quickly to kind of prove our theory here. That we can do, let's see, where would you be? Init state. Okay, so we do this. Let's call super. Okay, fine. Super dot init state. Perfect. And then we do widgets binding dot instance dot add post frame callback. We can say I don't care about that. Oops, this needs to be that, this, and I could do I would need to do that. Why? Why would I need to do that? Am I using the wrong type? Oh, okay. It's because it's final. I see. Right. So I do that. And I need this, I believe. Yes, to say it's nullable. Then in this just becomes test widget. Ooh, but that needs to be... Let's back that up. We'll leave this here. And we'll put you down below. Because we're not concerned about that just yet. And you, text won't work. We just need to say you're a widget. I'm loaded or created post frame. Let's just do that like so. That has to be not null. Can I do I would still need that. Ah, okay, so I can just do that. That's a way easier. Interesting. So, let's see. If I could type. We don't have you in there. Okay, so you're not. Can we do... Oh. That came in. Came in a really funky way. We could do... this. Might be interesting. Can't do that though. I have to do it that way. Interesting. Okay. This is not correct. It should be that way around. Oh, okay. Better syntax yet. There we go. Okay, so I'm created post frame. Well, that certainly doesn't seem to work, does it? Like it worked on the reload, but not... but it was called. This, though... So I don't particularly like this answer. I would much prefer something much more elegant. Would I need to set state here? Would that call? Bet you that's it. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Much happier with that. We don't need that anymore. We could even do... I don't think I want to mess with it right now. I was thinking we could do like a future to prove our loading spinner concept, but it's fine. Okay. So. Next. I don't know. I might want to do this. Yeah, I think I do. Moved it down nicely. Keep everything all hippie, I think. For right meow anyway. So we have the answer for this. Now we just need to make this a call to fetch character list for this account. So that will require us, though, to have state up there. App state. So we need to figure that part out. So we'll just replace you. Whoops. Silly me. That will come in here. Can I pull state up here? No, because I don't have context there. Which is going to be important because... Oh, okay. Pull you back down here. And then we need... think if I'm shooting myself in the foot here. Can I get you... Oh, hello, little spammy bot. Hope you enjoy being banned. Okay. Let me see here. Is there a better, more intelligent way to do this, is my question to the world. And that went off into weird tangents of other stuff I don't need right now. Can I don't have context up here, do I? That's annoying. If I was to do... Let's just say... Could I would still need this, I believe, inside of here. This would not be final. I'm missing here. Oh, that's what I was missing. If I could type syntax, it would be helpful to me. And then you're missing a closure. There we go. And then would I be able to call you here? No, because you don't exist yet. So I would need to this to be provided. Which I'm not opposed to necessarily. We just gotta be a little bit careful. We just do it the same way we did here. And that's up here where we say why can't I be static? Oh, because it should be the other way around. Because it doesn't change. Character ID never changes in this widget. We do this up here. Put our constructor down here. And then we say required this dot character ID. All right, we can't make you static because you do technically change right here. Then this all comes back up. Here, this goes away. This becomes widget.accountID. That's because I named you incorrectly. Like so. And then in here, I feed you account ID. What's up with that? Oh, okay. So. Perfect. So we just need to then use it there. And because it can't be null, I think we're good there. We should also is that the one? How did I do you in this? Ah, because it's that and he's not empty. Okay, gotcha. What? I think that's a hot reload issue, maybe. Hopefully. No? It's because this could... Okay, I see. It can't really, but theoretically... That's not... It can't for the sake of, like, the way our organization works, but in theory it could have been. No. So we can't allow that. Now... Oops. Don't steal my password, you guys. For this database that exists only locally. Character set cannot change to client stage character select. What? Log in. How is that? Okay. This is probably redundant anyway. Like, I was trying to be a little extra safe, but it's because we're getting set to character select and then trying not quite sure what's up there. Anywho, I'm gonna take a quick break really quick and use the restroom and all that kind of good stuff. And I'll be right back. And we'll kind of finish flushing out some more of this, or fleshing out some more of this. Let's get a couple more things done, shall we? Let's do setup, quick commit here. Post frame callback to pull character list. Go for a little while longer here. When it starts to get too dang hot, I'm going to log off and turn on the AC, which is very noisy. So I can't just turn it on now. But we'll push on a little bit here. Hopefully it's going to cool down here soonish. Okay. So now we need to, in our connection file, hook up to getting things. So there's login, on message, send message. So we need to have a helper here. Ooh, we also need so a lot of this we can still use, but I have go in, open still, yes. Okay. We need to figure out how to unmarshal this correctly. We can do a void just for scaffolding. We'll put you down here below logout. Kind of keep things together. Get characters, because that's a function that's kind of special and on its own, right? This pattern is going to end up being repeated a lot if we want to be sure that we're connected every time. We do it here because login sort of initializes the connection. That's the pattern we had in the old client, and we're kind of following that. I'm not sure that I love that idea anymore, but, you know, that's fixing that, changing that behavior is something we need to do on probably both sides. Although maybe not. We would need to fix the knock-on effects of disconnecting or being disconnected. If we just connect when you launch. But anyway, I digress. We can change that later. We just want to get back to parity. Feature / function parity here. So I'm thinking send message must not be called on a closed sync. Is there a way for me to ensure is there a check I can do? Ensure sync is open. Or is it just channel? is closed. Okay. Except this is not a stream controller. This one is. This guy is just a WebSocket channel. I guess we can just... I should be able to get is closed on a sync. But I can't. I must have clicked on the wrong thing. Want to... Yeah, okay. I guess we just, like... like a stream sync, except for with extra goodies. But what is... Maybe we just don't... Maybe we just YOLO it, I guess. You know? That's extra. We don't need that. It's a void. Must not be called on a closed sync, but how do you make sure it's not closed, right? Add What's might be missing something, but anyway, I guess we just YOLO it and see what happens. So we need a new message. It is a message. Category. Character, perhaps? What did I... Partial character request, which is a protocol get character request. So the this can't be that though. This needs to come in. This, yeah, it will be static. It is the request data, let's just say. And I used just JSON encode up there. I'll keep using that pattern. This is account ID is that. And that won't be static because... Probably because it has to get that, right? So it'll just be final. So it won't even change, it won't ever change, but... Why is that not? Oh, right. We marshal the request. Protocol is character, or message category is character. Oops. Message type. Client request. And I need protocol version and request data, and I think yes, because the marshalling takes care of code point and daytime now, like so, and then I call send message with new message in it. Probably await you. Oh, you're not a future. That's right. We just send that, and then we await in the same way we did here. Shoop. We give it a timeout. This is... Let's do... Let's rename this to server exception. That way there's an error, we do that. Otherwise, we return the content, but we need to handle this content because just a string won't get her done. This will be how did we do? We need to do this. Is what we need to do as foo, because we need to create can do you in a new file. I'm okay with that. You need to be character info. Dart. This could also be nicened up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so this looks like a data class type thing, kind of the same way message does, right? I don't think we need any constants here, but we do need a class. Character info is fine. Character info. We care about the ID. No. It only exists over here because we used it for, it's in the shared protocol. We have a first name. We have a last name. We have an int level. Character info. First name. Last name. Level. Then from JSON, same way we did over there, which is a map string dynamic JSON first name is just JSON first name as string, last name is JSON last name as string, oops, and then level JSON level as a string int, and then except we do need the ID in here. Because we're going to need to send it. We can ignore it in our UI, but we do need to track it. This is map string dynamic to JSON. Here's this funky little funk where we say ID. Yeah, ID is ID. First name is my first name. Last, whoop, name, his last name. I think we need to marshal level, but why not? Okay. Why are you? Oh, Yep. Yep. Okay. Now. This is now character info. This is just message content. You're going to return. How do I unmarshal a list, I wonder? You're going to return a future list of character infos. Yes. Same way we did login, not login. List login. We need an exception at the end, but we don't want an exception. We do. But I can't do that. I need to throw. Not return. There we go. This. What did I do? I did JSON decode. I just returned the content. Oh. That, I think. Let's also print it out. If I can do such a thing. So that guess I can't. Oh. Theoretically, unless I have totally messed up there, I should be able to. Okay, we need to change this up. This needs to be list of widgets, and we say doing this correctly syntax wise. Yes, almost. This is actually character info, character, call you maybe CI. Misha, long time no see? Yeah, you too. That day job thing, you know? In oh, I need the channel in here as well. Crap. could I, instead of doing this, comment that out really quick. I'll fix that up. Sadly, could not join you very often at 3 a.m. in the morning. I know, right? So we need to get the full state all up in this business. If we can. From main. Okay, so we, instead of that, we can do is this stream time now an exception or a regular thing? Exception. I have the day off. I have the day off, so, and I don't have anything I urgently need to do. So, other than currently dying, so I jumped on, and I can't promise it'll be every, Thursday, but I'm going to try to get on more during the day so that I can visit all my EU friends that I miss, like you. Okay, this needs also client state, can't be nil. Why is that not? Oh, because I need to give it a name, right? Okay. And then this. Did you miss my NeoVin propaganda? Yes, always. I guess this can't be. Or would it be this? Yes. Ooh. Widget of function result. Let's rename you while we're here. X is not a subtype of type list widget or function result. Don't worry, I've not been doing a lot of coding lately, so I'm not that hyped on any of him right now. I switched to Omarchy, really like the experience so far. Good. I heard good things, but ain't nobody got time for that. Why? 4212. What I have to do... What engine done is just a little side project. Okay, so I kept running into snags in Cogent, and I was spending so much time trying to understand if I was doing something wrong, or if it was a new bug, or if it was a bug related to an old bug I'd already filed, and trying to do minimal repros, and I was just like, it's becoming a drag. It's just not ready, right? It needs more time to cook. So I'm re-implementing the client in Flutter to see if I want to re-implement the engine in Flutter and go with something that's a little bit more battle tested, right? Flutter was kind of one of my earlier options I considered, but I really wanted to keep it all go. And I'm, paying the price for all the things that aren't directly one-to-one already. But that's been educational to kind of find out where those live, right? So it introduces a schism, if you will, in the code, in that I can't reuse the shared stuff anymore, but so far it's working out a lot better. So I'm going to completely re-implement just the basic client that I have and then make a call. It's going to be a tricky call too. Okay, so I guess I could... Yeah. But I could also do... I think I need to do this. I need to do a ternary here. I can't get a length. Oh, because you can't be null. Okay. Length isn't defined defined for type list widget. Oh. If I could spell, it would help. Oh, is empty. Okay. If it's empty, then I do this. Otherwise, I do character list. But it can't be null. Perfect. Okay, try that. Still not keen on clean code. I mean, this is just how Flutter is, my dude. It'd be that way. But also, no. All right. That was an interesting flicker. Makes me believe that all may not be well. Okay. Null check operator used on a null value. So I guess I would need to do... Can I do an OR in here? That doesn't make any sense. I guess I could do... Let's do this. Just make you an empty list to begin with. And then if I restart... Okay, there we go. So I'm a placeholder, and then... Oops. We do just this one. Then we can swap in our good list. Like so. Perfect. Okay, now... We're going to ditch that. We're going to ditch that. And do that. Ditch that. And I can't type. There we go. Perfect. So now... I think I want to rebuild this every time this gets loaded though, so I don't want to just add these in here, but we need to do this in CS dot what are you? What are you? What did I call you? ServerCon dot I forgot widget.cs.servercon. I was wondering why I wasn't getting get character. Actually, thinking here might be able to get moved. This is widget. Might move the account ID into connection. Could be a thing. Okay. I want this to actually be get characters. This is and then in here add and this is where I need we can do this really quick as a quick and dirty level. Can't do that. I need to string on you. That's fine. um, this needs to be an empty list so that we can add. And then at the very end of it, I think we're done with you for now. We say, let's make this called new list, like so. Okay, so cancel this now. Let's see what I missed. Callback argument require a return to future. That state, I would need to await you. Can't do that though. I would need to wait a minute, I would need we've also got encoding issues I need to sort out, but instead of performing asynchronous work inside of, oh, first execute the work without updating. Okay, I see. That makes sense. I should do this. I could do that. I would need to do that though. I can't do that. Inside a call to set state. Put you inside there though. That's what I can do. Yes, perfect. Okay. Let's give that a shot. Really? Oh, I typed my name wrong. Okay, so I need to clear that real quick so that I can, whoops. So that I can see what is in here, right? Meow. That state callback argument return to future. But I'm awaiting up there. I guess what I would need to maybe do is say await char data. This would be list char info char data await jit.cs servercon dot get characters for widget.cs dot account ID, which can't be null. Then hang out in char data. I would like them apples. Okay, so now we just have the issue converting to an encodable object. That would be down here. Should probably be in here. She gave me a better idea. Set len 2. Deep into the skunkworks there. Oops, I closed. Let's try minimizing this. Wow, that's... Oh. To an encodable object. I actually failed here. How did I fail there? Because I did this wrong. That's why. Okay. Server exception. Interesting. What kind of an exception? Client ID, blah. Requesting character list for another account ID, blah. But it is my ID. That's interesting. So that's in server code. Why would that be? Let's go. Character list for another account ID. I should make these quoted strings really quick. Because I didn't strip the new line. Is there a... If I put these in single quotes really quick, might clean up my output a little bit, I hope. Yes, it does. A lot. Perfect. Okay. So let's go double check. Count ID, request count ID. So this is requesting character request dot account ID. I should put this around here too, just to be sure. Let's boop back there. So I received that. So why didn't you... Ah. Oh, because I don't... Okay. Let's do that, because it is the authenticated account. So what you said earlier, I presume you had no luck with finding a new dev job. Nope, not yet. Still crap. And honestly, the past, like, 3 weekends, I haven't even had the motivation to go apply for more junk. It's just so bad out there. Feels like a waste of time. Got to think of another solution. When I unmarshal you, it's because you come in as a string. So we need to do... is it trim or is it... No, it's trim space. Medium trailing, yes. For the new job title, Vibe Code Cleanup Specialist, I have heard it. I haven't seen it. But I am also not surprised. Let me get this out of the way. I got too many things open here. Okay, so that, this, thinking it has to be coming from the encoding, so well, I would hope. Okay, so we're still a placeholder, but good character request returning. Okay, perfect. So I need to do that after a clear, so that string has no instance getter from JSON. Ah, well, here's our content, so that's correct. I need a JSON decode. That's what I need. This should, under the hood, call my Dealy Whopper. All right, this is as string. And hopefully it'll figure it out. I might be missing something about the decoding still. So, list dynamic is not a subtype of type, future, or list character info. That. Interesting. Not a subtype of list character info in typecast. What am I doing wrong here? Ah. I see. Okay, so I have to do this. Decode. Can I get away with that? I can. And then list of character info. We need to from we map the CI sure to character info dot from JSON, giving it character info. And can I just by chance return you directly? Perhaps? I can. Okay. Now. I think this just goes away. And in here, if I do this, and just for fun, take you out really quick. Then in here, I can say, instead of this, if I'm loading, then oh, I need that. This needs to be widget is loading. Oh, no. It's not in the widget. Because, yeah, because it's in our deal there. It just needs to be there. So if it's loading, it's still a widget list. I have to head again, but best luck with everything. I'll be back on another Thursday. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get more time in here. It's really hard to do it after work or before work. But I'm gonna try to get at least one day a week in this slot again, or sometime during the day. It'll just be like an unscheduled bonus, as much as I can do. What was I looking for? This progress indicator. See here. Indeterminate. I don't want to add all this extra stuff right now for this, which shouldn't really, like, this should take basically no time, even on a slow connection. So it just says loading. And then actually here, we set that as well. So we come in here. Perfect. Perfect for now, anywho. Okay. And this, I guess we still do need a can't be null, even though, oh, that's why. Limit the permutations, right? Get that tidied up. Okay. So that call is done. We just need to build out a proper widget. Build a proper widget for this. Info. And it needs to make clickable to attach to character. We'll do that instead. Okay. Cancel that right there. Let's do a commit for that. We're going to say hook up character selection screen to server, teach server to server connection. Teach connection to pull character info from server. Okay. And then, also let's do a quick test. So this will simulate, for funsies, nothing. And so it shouldn't say loading, it should be empty. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Exactly what I wanted to see. All right. It is becoming sweltering in here. I am beginning to melt. So I'm going to call it here for today. Thank you to everybody that came to hang out. See, I can't even words anymore. Let's try that again. Thank you to everybody who came to hang out. I really appreciate it. We had great chat today. It was awesome to see you all. I miss you all. If you're watching this on the VOD, I missed you. Come back. I would love to see you again. Yeah, normally I do this every day on Friday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, from Friday to Monday. But like I said, I'm going to try to throw in some extra streams here as I can during the EU time slot to see all my friends again. But yeah, I'd love to see you again if you have the time and it's not 3 a.m. where you live. And if not, then we'll catch you some other time. And thanks again for everybody that came by. Bye.